welcome once again to Clinical Theurgy, episode Almost Nice. 68 for those of you playing along at home. Well, you guys had quite the session a couple of weeks ago. I managed to kill the intended target. Unfortunately, though, some jackass on the team seemed to have some kind of solution. How did this all go down? What was even happening? Why was any of it happening? Does anyone care, or should we just keep going?
So, last time, we were fighting this dragon. The dragon was basically wanting us to recant our testimony in court to free Toxini, I think was the name. And basically, if Goron didn't agree to this, then the dragon was going to attack. And of course, Goron's like, no, I'm not going to agree to that. So we were fighting a dragon. It started with Goron and Ivy, and Antaeus and Brianna were a little bit behind. But that was okay.
Somebody had to show off their dog.
But
that sounds dirty when I know it's not, but it just sounds dirty when you say they just have to show off their dog. It's like,
Antaeus just had to show me his dog.
Right.
Anyway, so we went several rounds with this dragon, and it was very, difficult. Gulron did die. As Steve alluded to, he was the intended target. But I thought that the gods brought him back because he had made a promise to Ivy.
Antaeus first put some weird silver thing from
the
book on
That's
his body.
Right. That's right.
And then there was a little bit of some sort of potential god intervention-ish after that, but it started with the weird liquid.
Yeah,
and if that's the order you remember things, that's a little incorrect. There was god intervention before Gulron had died. There was god intervention when someone else was supposed to have died.
Yeah, there was god intervention first when the dragon should have died, and
but there was no god intervention after what Antaeus did.
That's right.
Okay. The Thothy stuff helped the dragon out, because it was either help the dragon now or do something worse to us later.
Yeah. Goron had pissed Thoth off.
And that was a long time ago that Gulron had pissed Thoth off. Thoth had been holding that for just the right time.
Yeah. And then Antaeus he used that silver liquid, and Goron came back seemingly okay, but I don't think in character any of us were aware of anything different, just that the item worked and he's back.
He looks a little bit different. There's like a bit of a change in his skin tone, but otherwise, like, he looks like himself.
He does, in Ivy's opinion, seem a little overly single-mindedly focused on finishing up this stuff, but...
Yeah, but you also do know sort of that Gulron has, like, kind of just wanted to get this stuff over with. He seems really dedicated to his church. He spent, like, the last several weeks barely interacting with any of you and just, like, dead focused on, I've got to get the church built, I've got to get everything done, got to get all these people in here.
Gotta go fast.
And then after the battle, Rion appeared, and basically he was manipulating the situation for us to eliminate a problem for him. But that's also kind of our job. So he gave us 200 sapphire, I think.
Yeah.
And basically that was our payment. Antaeus was not okay with that. But basically, Rihanna was like, I don't care.
Very specifically, it wasn't necessarily a payment. It has like these kind of...
It was a gift or whatever.
That's right. It was a tax thing, a tax write-off.
Because there are situations where you guys can't spend the money in certain ways, otherwise you'll get audited and have to deal with like a huge like tax complication.
Is he making it so specifically someone can't do drug-related stuff with this money?
I mean, you do get the impression that he's not a fan of Sigmar, so he's probably doing a little bit of that as part of it. But also, like, he just genuinely seems to not really care much for you guys, except in what value you hold. And this kind of makes it so you can only spend the money on things that would be of greater value to him, and not necessarily greater value in dethroning him.
What value you hold specifically to him?
Yes.
Make my weapon stronger so I can murder him.
I mean, you could try.
I could try. I'd probably die in the process, if not first, but I could try.
You might be able to go mad. You might be able to get the hits in before he does what he would do.
I don't even know what. Do we have any idea what he seems like? He like class wise would be. I'm just curious. Like, does he seem? No, he's never given.
Nobody's really scoped it out. He hasn't demonstrated any specific set of skills.
We've never seen him carrying like spell components or a weapon of any sort.
No.
Okay.
He's definitely never carried a weapon. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
His weapon is us.
True, but you never know. He's probably a caster. He does seem to get places absurdly fast, and he gave us a scroll of teleport once. So I'm betting on he's some sort of caster that can cast teleport.
Well, he's also just casually chilling out in the ethereal plane or the astral plane.
True.
It's like, hey, I'm here too, guys. Like, why? Don't be here.
Probably a wizard. That's my secret guess. I don't know.
That's fine. Assumptions are always
not
welcome.
Secret.
Assumptions are if you state it, it's not like a secret.
No, like wait, that's not really a secret anymore. I don't know my brain.
Hey guys, I got a secret. There's $62 in the coffee room in the coffee mug over there.
Oh, but yeah, so Antaeus, I guess, gave his money to Sigmar's, and the rest of us were going to go shopping. I know Goron did some shopping, but that was kind of where we left off as we were in the process.
I did a bunch of shopping.
I saw.
I was so happy I remembered to write the things down on my character sheet because I, for the life of me,
you partially remembered. So on your AC items, I actually loaded up your sheet, and I noticed because I was like going through to see who'd spent what so far. And you updated the AC part of those items. You didn't update the inventory parts of those items.
Nice.
And I was like totally confused. Like, wait, is this a math problem or what's going on here?
No, I'm just because I update my Cloak of Resistance too.
I didn't see the Cloak of Resistance being updated, but I might not have looked in the right place.
I mean, I'm like saying I thought that was one of the items I decided I was getting, but
yeah, I was sure you had done all of these things. I would just look at the sheet and I was like, why is there a mismatch on all these places? It's all right.
I'm just, my brain. Let's see what I did here. Yeah, I just didn't update all of this properly.
Cool.
So I was like, I know I wanted that Cloak of Resistance because my will save kind of sucks, and that's spooky. Spooky. Why is this higher?
So, but yeah, I think that's where we left off. Is we're needing to do shopping.
Yeah. Well, shopping's going to be pretty straightforward. With the amount of money you have, you can source things from anywhere and have them basically brought in. There's a lot of magic throughout the world. So your current access within the ministry gives you reach to almost whatever you need, with a few weird caveats that mostly come from the legal system itself stopping you. So it's more of just a, here's what I'm buying, is this okay, than it is like, is this available?
I think for Brianna, mostly what she would be focused on is upping like her Cloak of Resistance, her headband, those sort of things.
Yep, all those things are easy.
The only thing that might be, I don't know if they would have or if she could find, is an item called the Banner of the Scarlet Rose.
This sounds like one of those oddly specific things that may not apply because of specificity, but let's take a look here.
That's why I was asking.
Can you wield a heavy shield without problems? Because a banner of the Scarlet Rose counts as a heavy shield for the purpose of any feats or class features that require the user to be wielding a shield.
Well, let's see.
No, hold on. I think I'm misreading that. It's not. It doesn't. It's if you wanted to use feats like things that would use it as a shield. It is otherwise not a shield. Okay. Right. Hold on. Slot none. Yeah. Okay, now this is mostly fine. I'm just thinking here because I hate this shield portion altogether. Because mechanically I just don't get it. But it's fine. That is basically available.
Okay.
That's the only.
Well, is it something though that I would reduce for the halfling size?
No, this has to be a full standard bearer shield. Okay. So that won't be changeable.
Okay. All right.
Slotless items always keep their existing cost. The banner does not need to be a Scarlet Rose, though.
Okay. That's really the only thing I think. That's really the only thing that would be. Everything else, I was just basically trying to up the things that I have. And I just take 10% off that cost.
Yes. Okay. Multiply it by 90. By 0.90, rather. 0.9. All right. Yeah, so you all can acquire the gear that you intend to acquire. And what is the plan for your trip, for your travel, for your trying to find this person?
For travel, I have that new spell that I don't know if we want to use. Where is it?
Running his new spell.
This one here, I think it lets us travel pretty damn fast. We want to do that.
1 hour per level.
And I can do you and one touch creature per 3 levels. I think that's more than enough for us. And I think it says here, if we wish, we can travel at a speed of...
You guys are 12 right now, right?
Yes.
So
if desired by the subject, a magical wind and wind wafts a windwalker along at a rate of 600 feet per round, 60 miles per hour. They're not invisible, but merely appear as a misty and translucent, as if fully clothed in white. They are 80% likely to be mistaken for clouds. It can regain its physical form as desired later and later resume into cloud form. Each change rollout takes around 5 rounds.
This spell is kind of ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's a high-level spell, so...
How does wind affect you? Oh no, you're controlled by a magical wind, so you'd be forced around through whatever. Okay. Yeah. That is pretty cool. And that is a non-teleportation method.
Yeah.
Nice job cheating that one out.
Well, that's just an option. I don't know. I just asked because that would take up one of my highest level spell slots. I just asked if everyone wants to do that. Or where are we going? We're going to that, which city?
The one down
You are
here.
going to the City of Ever-Changing Names. I'm wrong.
And how far is that if we were just like
240 miles, roughly.
Did you already do the math? How long does that take us?
4 hours.
Yep.
4 hours. Oh, that's pretty damn fast.
Oh, yeah.
Do we know about, like, is it dangerous to go along the roads? Or should we, are we in a rush to get there?
There are encounters that could happen. I mean, you guys have killed the Red Dragon, so it's not like if you pass through Kari 4, you're going to have to worry about him anymore. But aside from that, it's, the roads are going to be slower, obviously, if you can move 60 miles an hour. The carts move about 40, so... And it would not be in a straight line. You would be going... why did this stop working? Hello? Just right click. So yeah, it's about almost 400 miles to take the cart.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I would just, unless anyone had any reasons we shouldn't, I'll just prepare a wind walk for us to leave that way. Sounds like it's the safest and fastest way.
Yeah, Brianna would be okay with that, but she would suggest maybe we get a fresh start. She was hoping to maybe throw a dinner party before we left.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have to prepare this the next day or whatever. Once we decide on that, I wouldn't have the same spells or whatever.
Okay. The night following the dragon attack. Ivy, where are you that evening?
Probably either at like 50-50, either at home or with Sigmar's. Roll a die to see where I end up
roll
being.
Roll me a D2. One it's your place, two it's his place. Okay. Let me find this track. Ivy, you are like sleeping that evening, or at least getting in some rest. When you are awakened by this like very cold chill that runs up your spine. As your eyes open and you kind of come to alertness, there is a shadowy figure that stands at the edge of your bed. You recognize the figure's shape. It's very short, very wispy at this point. It is.
As Antaeus told us, did you tell us what happened with what's his face? I'm assuming this is him.
Tehran,
yeah.
Yeah. As far as I've seen it, as much as I've seen of him the last 2 times.
Okay. Am I like here by myself with him, or is Sigmar's here?
Sigmar's is not in the bed at this time. He usually does a lot of stuff later in the evening.
Gotcha.
So he'll be around when you fall asleep, and then he kind of takes leave.
Makes
to do
sense.
His things. I need you to help me.
I feel like that is a very odd thing to say to me, given your state and who I am.
I have only days that remain, if that. I can feel it taking me. You're the only thing that can solidify me in some way here.
How the heck am I supposed to do that?
He gestures over at your blade.
This thing usually eats shadows. Like they go inside the blade. What am I supposed to do with this to solidify you?
I understand what Antaeus has told me. I am fully aware of the potential consequences. However, I think with what I've learned of things, there is a way out. Isn't that what you're looking for anyway? Isn't it allegedly your parents that are trapped in there?
Yeah, but from what I've learned, it seems like I don't even know if there is a way out.
Teus is a smart man.
Yeah?
I'm sure he can come up with something, along with your exceedingly high stubbornness.
That I am.
I would do literally anything to get more time here. If it means that I can only watch from a distance, from within something nearby, I would most certainly take that option. But there is nothing that either of them, that any of the three of your friends can do to keep me here now.
You know they're not going to believe me unless you tell them this yourself. They're going to assume I went crazy and killed you.
You're not going to say a word about it.
And what happens when you just have disappeared? I just let them think that you have disappeared?
They already know that I'm disappearing.
Oh, God.
We can set a time for it. I can say my goodbyes. Hopefully, It won't be my last goodbyes.
Okay, just don't say weird stuff to me in my head if I agree to put you in my sword, okay? I got enough things in there that talk to me.
I didn't know I'd be able to speak to you.
Sometimes they can when I touch my weapon. I mean, not always, but I think I've talked to my parents a couple times, not super often. And sometimes I hear things whispering to me from the sword and I don't know who it is.
There are other things there besides your parents?
Well, we released a shadow creature of some sort at one point, and in the process of killing it, it went into my weapon. It seems like it collects them if I deal a killing blow to such type of creature.
That was the assumption. Just didn't realize they'd stick around and still have speech. Hopefully it's not like a prison and we're not just in there together.
I hope not. That would be really disturbing. But I mean, I feel like I've talked to my parents a few times since collecting other things, and it doesn't seem like anyone's in distress that I can tell.
Very well. Then we'll plan to do this tomorrow evening.
Okay, where should I meet you?
I'll come to you.
Okay.
And he will sort of disappear into sort of the air and the darkness around him.
That was weird.
And the next morning will come. Oh wait, that's the wrong music. Wrong city. There we go. Or it'll crash.
I guess it's probably crashed.
Cool. I didn't need music. Alright, we'll just go back to this track. Morning comes. It sounds like you are all planning for some matter of party before the trip.
That would be what Brianna wants. She's heard a little bit about Neo's dinner parties, and she thinks parties before a difficult journey sound like a good idea.
Yeah. How are you letting everyone know about such things?
I don't. Let me see. Do I know yet where everybody lives or no?
That information could have been afforded to you during the time you've been here.
I probably would just visit each person. I would probably start with Antaeus, Ivy, since she should still be there. I think she also should still live there, and then maybe stop by Goron's church.
You'll have a little trouble finding Ivy, but eventually you'll catch Ivy coming back home at some point.
Hopefully we don't have any trouble finding Goron.
So yeah. When I see Ivy, I'll say, "Hey, Ivy."
Hi.
So I was just gonna let you know, I was planning on doing like a dinner party tonight. I thought it'd be a fun thing for us to do before, we set out on this journey tomorrow.
Okay.
So you're welcome to come. Bring Zigmars, whoever.
Cool.
You okay?
Definitely try to be there. Yeah, big trip ahead. Just a lot on my mind about all of this.
Yeah, I'm sure that it must be a lot, all that you're having to deal with, so.
Yeah, a lot of decisions to make, a lot of things to think about, and of course, I'm going to meet my twin for the first time and have to trap him in an item. So, that's amazing to
a lot
think about.
You didn't even know you had a twin, did you?
No idea. Oh, here we go. I get to meet him and be like, "Hey, you're my brother, by the way. I'm gonna trap you right now. Sorry."
Wow, that is so much. I can't believe. I don't know you very well, but I would be floored if I found out I had a secret twin.
Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised. My life has been a little bit of a shit show, so what's another thing added into it?
Yes, well, I do want to say, I know that there was something between you and Niev, but just because there was something between the two of you, I don't necessarily, I believe in giving everybody a chance, so.
I get that. I just, I know people don't really trust me anymore for reasons, so I tend to just not get close to people because, I'm apparently I don't know, someone people are, I don't know, afraid of, worried of, scared of. I don't even know anymore. So
people often fear what they don't understand, and it sounds like that your life is unique in more ways than one.
Yeah. Well, I should be able to stop by for at least a while tonight.
Okay. Excellent. I'm gonna go bother Antaeus and let him know, and then I'm off to tell Goron. I'd like all of us to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure we all will be.
Okay.
Before you meet Antaeus, you awaken in the morning.
Usually a good time to do that.
To an unsightly mess about your house.
Is there a
wreck your house
pattern?
again?
There is a pattern to it.
Can't stop by without trashing your place. Just for shits and giggles now.
This asshole. At least I know how to clean this up pretty easily.
Yeah. You will find him kind of hanging out in your kitchen. He's got like your one of your cabinets open. He's like looking through as he clearly hears you come like to the edge of the kitchen. He'll say, "You don't keep a lot of food, I see."
No, not here very often lately, so though I do appreciate you making it obvious that it's you that's here. Makes me a little less on edge.
For old time's sake, you know. It's all about to be over.
Oh, that's a fun way of looking at it, I suppose.
He'll turn from the cabinet, and you can see like he looks more wispy than he did before. It took a lot to do what I did to get myself there, and then to get us back. I don't know that I have what I need to be able to make it long enough for you to find a solution. I feel like maybe there's a day, maybe less. I can feel like, and he like reaches up to the cabinet, and you can see his hand like passes through the cabinet, like to the cabinet door. There's like a little bit of resistance, so the door does move, but his hand clearly has to move all the way through it for him to get the cabinet door to open up all the way. Substantiality is not something that I have much of anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah, something about that word does ring weirdly in your ears.
Yeah. It's a word I've heard quite a bit in a different context. For what little it's worth, do wish things turned out differently for you.
I made this choice. I refuse to believe that what you were doing was what was true. It all seemed too unbelievable. Even now, with the information I have, it all still seems very unreal.
Speaking of, I'm assuming the information you have about how you made this deal or whatever happened is probably something you don't want to share at this point still.
Antaeus, if you're going to push for it.
You don't have to. I'm just figured if I don't ask, I won't get any answers. If I do ask, the worst thing that could happen is I'm in the same position as if I didn't.
I don't know if you'd believe me if I explained it. For some time I've been trying to find ways to get myself to increase my skills in new and unique ways that neared magic but didn't quite touch magic.
It's not magic.
In the process of doing that, when I made my trip to Wusser, something noticed me. It came to see me. It referred to itself in a language that others didn't seem to understand, but one that I seemed to suddenly be able to speak. It referred to itself as... How do I explain this? I guess the best thing to call it would be mystery. The term for when you're trying to keep secrets about yourself from other people, when you're trying to keep yourself as well as secreted from other people, when you yourself wish to be a mystery. That is what it claimed its name was, but it did so with words I understood, but words I couldn't make other people understand. And he'll try for a second, and he'll like make these like very wispy, whispered sounds that almost sound like something trying to move wind without breathing or without motion. You can give me a linguistics check. Yeah. This is a very relevant linguistics, especially for you, as you think back to what you know about what you interacted with the dream, with what you learned about the embodiments of ideas and concepts. The idea of wanting to keep yourself secret, the sort of the motivation that leads someone to what is hermetology, I think is the word I'm looking. Hold on, let me make sure I've got that. I want to make sure I'm using this word correctly. Maybe it's not even a word. No, it's not really a word. Oh well. I'm using it in that context because I can't think of a better word for it. But the thing that like drives a person to want to be a recluse, to be like far from society and keep themselves unknown to the world. That is what it sounds like he's describing, and the way that he speaks reminds you of the way that the shades spoke, that the shadows spoke.
That does sound oddly familiar.
And one of the things I think you'll see parallels to, let me double check something here.
Something on my sheet, or?
Yes.
I forgot I got it.
You will notice there are similarities in this to Ancient Common. Similarities of the sounds, the way that certain parts of what he's saying sound like the endings or some of the enunciation points that you would use in Ancient Common.
Like this would have derived from it more so than...
Or maybe fed into it. It's a little hard to say. Could have been a little bit of both. Sometimes languages do feed each other.
Actually, given probably what presumable age of these things, that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Don't think this is something you could find on your own. And it was something where it assured me that this was a one-way trip. But she deserved to be home more than anything else.
Well, there may not be much I can do about it at this point. The best I can do is make sure that it's not forgotten. Well, at least as long as I have any control over that.
Thank you, Ende. Hopefully, you can also help other people know not to do down this path.
I will try. I mean, hopefully there won't be many people that will attempt to go down that path, but hopefully.
Indeed. At the knocking at your door, he will fade into the darkness around you.
I'll, after a moment, I'll go answer the door.
Yeah. Almost said Niev. Brianna is there at the door waiting.
Hey, Antaeus. Good morning.
Oh. Hello. Sorry.
Brianna, give me a perception check as you're standing there at the door. Yeah, Antaeus' house is a mess. There's like all kinds of stuff all over the place.
Do you have a late night?
No. Oh, yes. Somebody came by looking for something. You don't know Tehran, do you?
Yeah. Are you kidding?
Sorry, I've been a little out of it lately. Yes, he came by. Wanted to talk about, I don't know, last hurrah, final will and testament sort of thing, stuff of that nature. Sort of. Less legal than that, I guess. I don't know.
I see. Well, I'd hoped that we would have more time to find a solution. He sacrificed so much for me.
Yes, it would be nice. But I don't know. Can't turn back time, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I came by to let you know I'm having a get-together at my place tonight. Since we're heading out soon, I thought I should continue that tradition. I don't know a whole lot about Niev, and there's not a whole lot we have in common, but I like the idea of throwing a party before we leave.
Ah, yes. Perhaps if he's not gone at that point, we can invite him as well if you want.
I always want Tehran with me.
But if you're wondering, I'll pull out the device. I could show you, some memories of these events. Give you an idea.
Yeah, I mean, I guess even though what happened isn't a good thing, I think that I owe it to Tehran to at least see what he's done for me.
Oh, sure. I was thinking more along the lines of like how the events go and what kind of jovial
with
things.
Niev, I got you. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Just kind of more of an uplifting thing, than not always that grim, am I?
Sorry, we were talking about Tehran, and then yes, I would like to see how Niev chose to party.
Sure. I will kind of think of a couple of moments and just kind of show her some of the things that go on. Yeah. Kind of deliberately avoid Ivy's parents, or
Elizabeth's parents.
Elizabeth, yes. Sorry, you look a lot like her.
Gulron really kissed Zigmars?
It's true.
Oh, thank you for showing me that.
It is a good memory. Yes.
Well,
yes, we'll be there.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Bring Naji.
Of course.
And anybody else you want to. Like, I kind of want as many people, friends, loved ones, whatever.
That feels foreboding. I don't know why, but maybe it's just I don't know. I mean, the expectation of something bad to happen when too much good happens.
I mean, we could go to that club again. Is Elizabeth in town?
It's a good question.
No, I think a small party would be good. I'll maybe see if I can reach Elizabeth. If she's not available, then that's okay. I just wanted to have something fun before we left.
Of course. Probably a good idea, boost morale, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because, Elizabeth is who I would invite if I'm trying to boost morale.
But Elizabeth is who Brianna's attached to, like...
You might want to make her feel included.
Yeah.
I know, I'm just laughing at the thought of people being like, we need to boost morale. Yeah, let's invite Elizabeth.
As long as she doesn't bring her parents this time, then we'll be okay.
Oh, were her parents... I think you mentioned that before. Her parents weren't good?
Yeah, there's things in the works. I don't want to talk too much and implicate anyone. But, things are happening. We kind of like look around. Then, deal with certain issues.
Well, I guess I'm headed to the church to find Goron, and I guess I'll see if I can find Elizabeth as well afterwards.
Sounds good.
All right.
Suppose probably around sundown-ish?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you then.
Thank you. Yes, I'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
You can head over to find Gul'ran with relative ease. Elizabeth is a little further out than where Gul'ran would be, so easier to meet with him first. So you can hit up Gul'ran's temple.
All right. Hey, Gul'ran, are you there?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Hey, so I'm having a party at my place tonight. Sort of a, something to fun before we head out on this possibly dangerous mission.
Is this really necessary? I thought we were going to leave today.
I mean, you never know who you're going to kiss, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Antaeus showed me the memory of you and Sigmar's.
That feels like a different lifetime.
Well, you don't have to kiss anyone, but I think that, this party thing, this was something Niev did before you all would go off, and to the forest or wherever, and I think that we should continue that tradition.
But then we're delaying our trip until tomorrow again, no?
It's okay. Ivy seemed okay with that. I already talked to her. She said she's coming.
Do I feel like this interjects with my purpose? Do I feel like this makes
No,
me
not implicitly. You would really like to get this over with. The church needs kind of to reach its completion, and this kind of gets in the way. But you can make this work out okay.
All right, yeah. Then I say that's all right. Then that's fine. Just no heavy drinking. We need to be ready to leave tomorrow.
Is Gul'ran part robot now?
She's got a big focus. The church is important. You guys are wasting his time.
Well, I don't know about heavy drinking, but, I just figured it would be a little bit of fun. We all need a little bit of fun now and then. But feel free to bring whatever, If you've got a favorite dish. I'm not exactly, I'm not vegetarian like Niev, so any kind of meat is good. We can grill it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go see if Elizabeth will come too, because I haven't seen her since I've been back.
Sounds good.
All right. See you tonight, Goron. Sundown.
Ron returns to his work.
They're bugging me. I'm typing things for Gulran.
Yeah, you can head off and find Elizabeth. God, too many different Eliza people in my world.
Elizabeth. Bit.
There's an Elizabeth too.
There's a Vit, and Bit?
Yes.
Jesus.
Been a little while though since Bit was part of the world. I digress. Let's see some Elizabeth.
I'm just going to, I guess, knock or...
Yeah. You've been afforded, by the way. You would have had to have done a little bit of asking around, but with your ministry credentials, you could have easily found where she is staying now, because she is no longer staying with her family.
Yeah, F them, man.
And has been given her own place, especially because her family is now in custody.
Oh, shit!
A number of things had come up. Elizabeth, you'll know that you are pretty well responsible for part of that.
Oh, damn.
It took a bit of like being willing to spend time once again with your family. But when you were willing to sort of, with the understanding that like you could really set things right, when you were willing to kind of do what they wanted you to do and play nice for a little while, remembering some of the training you had in Levi, some of that like having to feel what it was like to kind of put yourself in the background or being forced to put yourself in the background, it was a little easier in this situation for you to do it here. And so you were easily able to like watch what was happening, get enough insight into things, and then sort of turn over all the evidence to them.
Timing. Sorry, 1 second. I apologize. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
So yeah.
But yeah. A long unseen face will appear in the doorway when you open it, Elizabeth.
I'm assuming like I've been told nothing about Brianna being back.
Nothing at all.
Elizabeth!
Am I seeing shit again?
What are you talking about? It's me, it's Brianna.
You were dead, and you were someone else.
Yeah.
But then you looked like someone else, but now you look like you.
Well, so Niev is the someone else. She was from a different country. I don't know exactly.
Poking you.
See, I'm just as skinny. I'm just as skinny as I was before. I woke up in Niev's body. She woke up in mine. But we were able to switch back. Niev was able to travel back to her home country, and I was able to come back here.
And why? They didn't feed you wherever the hell you went?
Well, I started off as an elf, but as I got stronger...
Shouldn't that mean when you shrink, you're bigger? Because it, condenses? You should be compacted, right?
It's okay. This is normal for a halfling.
Well, you know what? With the crap that's been going around here, it's nice to see you back.
It's good to see you too. I wanted to come right away, but there was a little bit of drama happening. I don't know if you know, the city was there was a dragon yesterday.
I'm assuming I would have heard about it. I don't know how you miss a dragon.
Yeah.
Well, So just for the record, by the way, right now Elizabeth is obligated to claim that she didn't hear about a dragon. So that statement has like a double entendre because yes, she did hear about it, but she can say it exactly the way you happen to say it to make it acceptable.
Oh, cool.
Well, I am glad that you're here too. I hadn't really heard all that had happened to you, except for Antaeus was able to communicate to me in dreams, so I knew a little bit.
Pretty sure that's illegal.
Well, yeah.
I don't really care. I just pretty sure that's illegal.
Well, theoretically, perhaps that's how he communicated to me.
Theoretically, if he communicated with you, it might have been through an illegal means, which we will neither confirm nor deny he did.
Yes.
But yeah, how much do I remember of like everything I went through, like leading up to like traveling there, what happened there, having my like soul released?
Yeah, your Levi memories they're very hazy up until you're brought back into your up until like the other thing takes over. And then it's kind of like watching from the background. You're like this thing that's just kind of seeing some of the day-to-day, but like a clip show of the day-to-day, periodically kind of like waking up, kind of looking around, realizing how things are. These would be like the moments where the creature that was controlling you was kind of like a bit more groggy. And so like you'd gain like a little moment of control, kind of look around, and then its mind would kind of kick back in and retake your form.
And I know I went a little crazy getting there because the gremlins were like helping me like survive. So do I kind of remember the whole trip there, or
no,
do
you
I
remember
start to
very
lose it?
little of the trip there. Like,
Gotcha.
It was a good portion of, or it was like very early into your travels that they.
So essentially, I know
over.
I was headed there, and then I don't really know what happened, and I eventually ended up there, and I have small bits of weird hazy memories.
Yeah, working as a guard for this very wealthy family.
Gotcha.
They were very nice people to you overall. But it was always hard to tell if they were, like in the moments that you saw it, were they nice to you because they were afraid of you, or were they nice to you because they were nice people? There was always kind of this feeling of like feeling of fear from them, but it could just be because you were a rather intimidating person to all of them. Always hard to tell.
And then I'm assuming once they released my soul and my soul went back into my body, well, then
your control of your body was sort of regained by you. You're never really taken fully out of the body. There's always this kind of connection that has to be there, because if you truly sever a soul from a body, the body collapses and can be no more. So they have to kind of keep you attached, but they put you in the sort of dormant space where your soul has the lowest amount of energy it can in terms of controlling the body, and theirs has greater control. It's a very, very complicated process.
And I'm forgetting exactly what happened where Ivy kind of took the gremlins from me. I think Elizabeth was passed out at the time, or was I like awake? I don't remember how that, like, what exactly transpired there. I'm like blinking on that.
I thought she was passed out.
Yeah, some of that there is. There should be sort of a deliberate uncertainty for, at least for Elizabeth, in regards to that, because that whole experience would have been pretty significantly like existence changing for her, and would kind of remain a bit blurry in that moment. But the feeling of them not being there anymore was probably a bit like unnerving at first, because it's like you've heard these things all the time, and now all of a sudden it's just quiet. There's not even the low hum of them still there.
And even though I feel like to her it was weird and unnerving to have them, it was also slightly reassuring, because there were times where if they said something, I knew like I need to do the opposite. Like, these things don't have this voice does not have my best interest.
Yeah, but the unfortunate part I feel like would come out of coming from that is sometimes you don't know if your own voice is giving you the right opinion.
True.
Just something to keep in mind from a like recovering person with psychological problems thing.
So yeah, I think basically, as best as she can, Elizabeth would sort of explain all of that to Brianna. What we just talked about. She'd kind of explain what she could recall and remember, and
that's a lot that you went through. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for it.
It's not your fault. I mean, you couldn't help what happened. I mean, we could say that maybe I should be sorry that I didn't step in and do more to make sure that creature couldn't hit you, but I think everything that happened with the boogeyman shook me so much I didn't know what to do.
Yes, the whole thing was difficult for all of us, and I tried to make sure that Gulron, and I hope that you know as well, I didn't blame either of you guys. I was the one that got too close. But I guess the important thing is that we're both here now.
Yeah.
Actually, the reason I stopped by is I was wanting to hold like a party tonight, and I was hoping that you would come.
Oh God. Sorry, just having slight unsettling memories from the last party I went to. Who all's gonna be there?
Well, it'll be Ivy and Goron and Antaeus, probably Sigmar's, and Antaeus's dog. I don't know if there's anybody else. I said they could bring whoever, and you can as well if you wanted to bring like Maha or somebody.
Yeah, I'm sure I can stop by for a little bit.
Excellent. We're about to go on a trip, and I would like to see everybody before we go.
Yeah, well, I kind of done with some of the stuff I've had to do, so I guess maybe kind of celebrating-ish sounds good.
Excellent. Well, this is where I live, and she'll write down like her address, and you don't have to bring anything. If you want to bring something like food or whatever, you're welcome to. And I just think it'll be a fun time. Probably more fun than that club we went to.
Yeah. That club was weird. That was really weird. There aren't going to be any weird guys asking me to hit them, are there?
No. I don't think so. Of all of the people, I don't know. Maybe Gulron.
Look,
Gulron
if anyone asks me to punch them, I'm walking out. Okay, that's my one disclaimer here.
Well, I'm just saying. Sometimes Gulron gets weird ideas. I don't know what's up with him, but I don't think so.
I will see you later, I guess.
Alrighty. Yeah. I will go start making preparations.
I think trying to figure out timing here because I don't know if anybody has anything specific they want to do before the party. But,
nope. Not that anything I can think of. Other than Ivy's a little confusing on when Tehran is actually showing up, so she's gonna be like, are we doing this after the party or before the party? I don't freaking know.
Well, you assume it's gonna be later in the evening.
Okay. Alright. So we'll assume after.
But yeah, let's go ahead then and take a short break. When we come back, we'll see how the party goes. So, plans are in motion. People can start showing up to Brianna's.
I just want to say the menu includes spicy cauliflower bites and loaded potato skins.
All right, stolen from another restaurant.
One that I ate at in Phoenicia, so.
Yeah.
Brianna even a good cook?
He ranks in profession cooking?
No, there's no ranks in profession cooking.
So I'm betting this food tastes like pretty mediocre.
I guess give me a wisdom check. Give me a wisdom check.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brianna's not the... I feel like this fits, though. Brianna's a very free-spirited individual and not the recipe-following type.
I feel like the spicy cauliflower is probably burnt.
I feel like
it's extra crispy.
No, I feel like the biggest problem I know of is that like it's actually really hard to burn something, I feel like, on your first try. On your first try, it's usually undercooked. Especially if you're cooking something cauliflower, right? Because it's very clear. It's very clear when it's getting to like the burnt phase, but it's really hard to tell when it's like reached that proper in-between phase.
I need to phone a friend. Is Hadhup sleeping?
Hadhup's not here, man. What do you have? You pushed it towards me. Like, I'm supposed to be able to see it better now. Hold on a second. I'm going to make sure this isn't something that's going to kill a cat. What you got, buddy? Oh, yeah. Okay, you got it.
I'm pretty sure I really just wiped boogers on my elbow.
Just one of the reject 3D printed tiles I have. It's fine.
Yeah.
Got him.
Feels good.
I would say
sanitize.
too, though, that Brianna probably would have gotten a few things that were like pre-made. Like, not, I mean, she wants to try and make this for her friends, but she also would probably have gotten a few things that were pre-made.
I think with a wisdom of 3, though, you decide to do a little too much on your own. Like, that is you not taking like the forethought here. And just kind of going, no, I can do this. I've got this.
How hard is it? It's cauliflower, the spicy sauce.
Yeah. You just put these spices on it. A little bit of, I don't know, what's spicy? Rosemary, thyme, ginger, oregano. I feel like more of what happens actually is it just becomes a spice mess as you're trying to figure out like what spicy is. And to get potato skins right, like that's something that I think takes a lot of skill. So that is just like that is probably a sloppy mess.
However, Brianna's family are potato farmers, so she might have a little bit more experience with cooking potatoes.
True, but this is like making these are not the same thing as like baking a potato or making some fries. There's a little bit more nuance that goes into it. Otherwise, what you end up with is floppy potato. And I feel like that's probably where Brianna ends up, is it either floppy potato or very, very, very stiff potato. But it's still the thought that counts, right?
Oh, totally.
So yeah, all of you can show up to a, I guess, this is probably a little bit odd. Who would show up first?
Good question.
Yeah, because this is an interesting assortment of characters. Yeah.
Maybe Elizabeth?
Okay. I would say that probably checks. So Elizabeth, you can show up first.
Elizabeth's super awkward though and probably doesn't know what she's doing, so she's just sitting somewhere watching Brianna do her thing because she's just like, okay, I'm here, what do I do? She's just gonna find someplace to sit and just be like, yeah, okay, I showed
making
up,
a special meal for you guys.
gonna be special.
I feel like Elizabeth's watching this disaster happen in the kitchen and is thinking to herself, I don't think that's how people cook, but like,
yeah, there's an occasional like there's that little over flare up where the stove is like it doesn't you don't like do the ignition thing, so there's a little extra gas, and then you flick it into the ignition and it goes for a second. There's a few of those happening. And even an experienced person does that from time to time. You hear the click, but you hear the clicking, and you can tell the gas is coming out, but for some reason it doesn't quite light, so you turn it off, and then you think you've left enough time for all the gas to go, and so you flick it on one more time, and then it does the extra like big flare up of fire that makes you think you're about to burn down the house. You can see it in cooking shows. Watch a couple of episodes like MasterChef. It even gets done there. Yeah, then who would follow? Because I feel like Ivy would probably be quite early. And normally I feel like Ghoulron would be next, but Ghoulron's like preoccupied, right?
You mean Elizabeth would be quite early?
Oh yeah, Elizabeth, sorry.
He's busy translating those texts of Krauskron, trying to get those down because in case he doesn't come back, he's trying to make the most out of it.
Yeah. There is a lot of those, and some of that is actually getting spread around. So you are starting to see people occasionally come to you and ask you some questions as well about the texts.
People what kind of questions? Like interpretations or something?
Yeah, people want like interpretations or like understanding of the tenets or the philosophy. People are starting to show like that kind of this seems to something about this jives with me, and I'm trying to like find the connecting points to get there. Not a lot, but enough that it makes you feel like maybe this was the right course of maybe, or not necessarily because you already feel like it's the right course of action, but like to solidify within you that like things are going to be okay.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, Ghoulron would show up, not like maybe a little bit late, but not like super late.
Yeah, you're still probably next then, because Antaeus is usually a little late because of Zigmar's as well. So you are still probably next to arrive, but Ghoulron is a little later than anticipated.
Hello.
Ghoulron, you made it! Look who's here, it's Elizabeth!
Oh, I didn't expect you to get her to come.
I just look very wide-eyed, and I'm just like, can I leave yet?
I've been making a couple of dishes for you guys that I learned about on my travels. Would you like to try some?
It smells very interesting in here, Ghoulron.
I guess so. Wait, did I prepare neutralized poison? I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's fine.
I will offer him some spicy cauliflower and loaded potato skins.
Yeah, I'll try some.
Yeah, this must be some kind of strange thing that she picked up from over there, and they must like things a lot different over there. Some of these potatoes are a bit soggy, and the cauliflower has like a very, very unique flavor. Still edible, but just not comfortable to your mouth.
Oh, if it's too spicy for you, there's this creamy sauce you can dip in it. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll try some of the sauce.
Yeah, that's passable. She probably picked that up from somewhere.
Jesus. That's pretty good. Good job.
Thank you. Would you like some, Elizabeth?
I'm good for now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I guess actually Antaeus would be coming solo this time unless he's bringing somebody along.
Yeah, I'd probably go see if anybody wanted to come with, if people are busy, that sort of thing.
Depends on who you're going to ask. Zigmar's is going to go with Ivy.
Yeah, I suppose I will go to what the fuck?
Marjolaine?
Yes, there we go. I forgot the shot also. And I was like, oh man.
Well, it's Suinal.
Not working. Or Suinal, yep.
Yes. Yeah, she will happily attend with you.
Apparently.
She will happily attend with you, although once more, like, comment on how you seem much more distant.
Yeah.
I apologize, but I have a kid who just
That's fine. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna put them to bed at the same time while I'm having to deal with it because I figured it's close enough.
Yep.
I gotta go clean some underwear.
Poopy butt.
Yeah, it's been happening quite a bit lately.
What's going on? I don't understand.
I mean, am I able to, like, tell? Am I aware of what's happening, or?
I feel like you'd be in that state where it's still hard to describe what it is that you're experiencing. Like when somebody kind of starts waking up to existentialism, but like this is a much more profound version. That feeling where things just don't kind of like, it just don't kind of fit, or nothing feels like you're where you're supposed to be, but you also are where you're at, which you can't do anything about.
Yeah. It's hard to explain. I think it's some more effects of the last couple of days.
Well, I mean, you did deal with that. I mean, I'm assuming you were there at Gul'ran's temple when those things happened.
Yes. Speaking of which, I don't know how much gossip or anything you happen to hear, but if you know what I mean, like, I don't know if you've heard like what happens there, or if people have been talking.
There hasn't been much for such a large event. It was largely unspoken of. Even the local papers weren't running anything about it.
That makes sense, I suppose. Ministry's probably keeping it under wraps, and probably for the best, as much as it pains me to agree with them on this.
I would imagine they would probably assume it better that way, rather than make people panic that these creatures might show up all the time, causing fights and attempting to kill people.
Exactly. Yes. It feels like it's becoming more real, but it doesn't quite feel real. I don't know. Those... Never really heard of them before, but they exist. I guess they have to. They were there.
Yeah, it is strange that whatever these things are, there was nothing, and then all of a sudden we've seen this twice.
Yes, that may or may not be related to things that we've been doing, but it's not intentional. I'm sure at least not on my end.
Well, I'm sorry that's been so stressful for you.
I appreciate it. Hopefully it won't be too much of a problem.
Probably not. Well, we're here.
Yes. I'm assuming it's not, there's like an odd doorbell or anything, so I'm just gonna kind of knock, just...
I'll open the door. Oh, Antaeus and friend.
Wait, this isn't Niev?
No, I'm Brianna.
Who's Brianna?
I was originally with the party.
Oh, yes. I think Antaeus has mentioned you a few times before.
Yes, yes.
I am Marjolaine Charbonnet.
Oh, very nice to meet you.
Yes. Sorry. I suppose it would have made sense for me to introduce you since I'm the one who knows both of you.
It's fine. You've had a very rough few days.
Well, please come on in. I've made some special appetizers.
Oh, they smell unique.
Yeah, it's a dish that I learned in a different land. Well, a couple of them. We've got spicy cauliflower bites with some dipping sauce, and we have some loaded potato skins.
You learned to cook while you were gone?
No! Sorry.
Hold on, that broke me.
Oh. Well, this should be interesting.
Trust me, they're delicious.
This feels like a trap.
Look, okay, the cauliflower bites can be a little spicy, but that's what the dipping sauce is for. Cuts it a little bit.
Is this just small bits of cauliflower?
Cauliflower, and it's baked, and you put the seasoning on it. It's not hard.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that before, but I guess I'll give it a try.
Yeah. It tastes pretty bad. Like, wildly bad. Like Gulran can eat it because, like, Gulran has lost a sense of taste.
Oh. What's its fallen crest on?
Doesn't taste enough like rocks.
Oh.
This is a very interesting combination. What is this, rosemary?
Yeah.
It's interesting the way that the rosemary interacts with the cauliflower.
I suppose I have a question.
Sure,
and
what?
Feel free to tell me no, Steve. Sorry, I guess I should have mentioned. Now, alchemy. How similar to this is alchemy?
There is a lot of like alchemy that exists in cooking and vice versa. But flavor is different than interaction.
Like try to make this palatable.
I feel like at this point what you're doing is you're like pulling out vials of various things and going, if I just pour this and this on there, it should at least neutralize the flavor so it just doesn't taste like anything.
I think if I put maybe a little bit of this, I'm not sure which one on there.
An old cheesing.
Let me no, not that one.
God. Cauliflower doesn't have skin.
Oh, thank God.
The potatoes do. Do you want to do that to the potatoes?
The potatoes get up and start running. Woo! Since they are skin.
I suppose I'll mix a little bit of this intoxication in there. It'll maybe make it a little more palatable.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. These things might naturally make you hallucinate.
You can blend up some stuff to try to at least make it edible. And after a bit of that, it's probably around then that Ivy and Zigmar's will finally make it to the door. Ivy, beforehand, Zigmar's knows how these things tend to be for the two of you, and has basically made sure that the two of you have had plenty to make this experience much easier.
Pre-gaming.
Yes.
I like the way Zigmars thinks.
And uses this opportunity. Uses this opportunity to give you a little gift. One to remind you of these experiences. It's a little flask. And he's got like the little embossing work on it with your initials.
Aww.
And it comes pre-filled. It'll refill every day with at least like average drinkables. But you can periodically give it a little upgrade as long as you don't drink more than half of it.
Damn, this is my kind of gift.
I figure it only is fitting. It would have been nice to have something like this on hand the last few times.
Yeah.
He like kind of coughs a little bit though. Sorry. Things have been kind of weird the last couple of days. You remember those witches?
Yeah, I think I briefly heard of them. Have they done something to you?
They got into the supply, and now it's got me... I don't know if you can tell from the voice, but... I had new stuff that was supposed to get tried, and... It's just... I sound like a human. It's terrible. I mean, no offense, but...
I'm not taken.
It's hard to do business when people think I'm polymorphed.
True. Is this gonna wear off?
I'm hoping Antaeus will have some kind of solution to it.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. This is weird.
Yeah, it's weird for me too. It started setting in a couple of times and it's seeming to get worse.
Like, why haven't you guys, like, not that I want to, like, delve into what you do, but, like, why haven't you done something about these witches if they're now causing problems for you?
This just started a couple of days ago. I've got a team trying to take care of it, but what the hell was that? But I think we should have it straightened out in a couple of days. I was hoping the guards would do something about it, but go figure. Can't count on them for much.
The guards can't do fucking anything around here.
Yeah.
Did you hear? I mean, I'm sure I would have told him about us having to fight the dragon. Like, on my way to the damn dragon, they're just standing around, like, twiddling their fucking thumbs like they didn't watch a dragon just frickin' come out of the sky.
I mean, most of those people are cowards anyway. They wouldn't help if you are on fire, they had a bucket hanging over your head, and all they had to do was tip it.
Oh, by the way, I had to come out of the ministry portal on that little adventure I took. Fucking guards were just like, okay, everything looks good here. Idiots.
Good to know we're all safe because of them.
Yeah.
And at this point, Brianna, there will be a knock at your door.
I'll answer the door. Ivy, Zigmars! Good to see you!
Hi. Oh, Brianna, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw you the other day. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a little distracted. Is Antaeus there already?
Yeah, come on in. He was just trying my delicious spicy cauliflower and loaded potato skins. You have got to try these.
Oh, I thought you were making some sort of Caesar salad.
What? Why would I do that?
Some of the strong scents that, anyway, I need to speak to Antaeus. I need to deal with this. I shouldn't sound like this.
Okay, Ivy, try some of this.
Okay.
It tastes awful.
I think Ivy's probably a little too far gone right now to even fake it. I probably just spit it right out like, oh, what the hell is this? Are you trying to prank me? That's disgusting.
What are you talking about? It's buffalo cauliflower. I mean, spicy cauliflower.
What is spicy cauliflower and why does it taste like butt?
Wow. That's not very nice.
As she says that, you can smell the alcohol on her breath.
It strikes again.
Oh, sorry. Maybe it's just not. I think I have a I don't know how people say it. You know how some fancy people like fancy food? I'm like the opposite. I'm a non-fancy person, and I don't think I have the taste buds for fancy food.
I see. Well, this isn't all that fancy. But come in.
Okay.
Antaeus.
Sigmars?
Yeah, it's getting worse. I feel like I'm smoking 6 packs a day now.
Does he look any different, or is it just the...
No, just his voice. It's really, really bad. And it definitely looks awkward coming out of his face. Remember those witches?
Yeah.
They got into the suites.
Oh, no.
We lost like 4 batches. Big batches. And they did something. A whole lot of people right now are kind of mad. Because they're sounding a bit like this.
Is it...
Can you imagine, by the way, just... I'm a little bit drunk right now, but I was thinking about this. Can you imagine what it'd be like if you're going to visit a nice, sweet little lady, and then all of a sudden she starts sounding like this? Hey, honey. You want some of this?
I will look over as we're trying to fix this food. And, oh, yes, Zigmars.
You got anything that can get rid of this? Maybe something we can make in bulk. But preferably
perhaps.
For me right now. I hate sounding like this.
But see what I can do. I'll kind of mull it over for a little while. Where is this at?
If you don't have anything you can think of on hand, you can always give me a craft alchemy to throw something quickly together. Yep.
And
ooh, bloody. You get a d6 on top of that, right? Or no?
Oh, yeah. I forgot it wasn't like a static bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, you whip something up really quick. That's basically... it works out that there's all this extra seasoning on this cauliflower that you can kind of scrape off into there. Just as like an added sort of reaction or reactive. Blend a few other things together. And hand it over to Zigmars, who takes a look at it. This isn't gonna, like, knock me out or anything, is it?
Not any more than it would have Not any more than it would have before I gave it to you. Before I mixed it.
Yeah, he will drink it down. What the fuck? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's better. That's more like me. Oh, shit.
As you have to read lips to try to pretend that I could hear you, and
I was a little nervous there because it should have been some voice, but that was nothing. Oh, it's still a little weird. A little crackle, but I think that'll fade away, right?
Yeah, sure, probably.
Can you mix that up again real quick, and I'll see if I can get somebody to boil it down to be reusable?
Yes, I'll try to replicate it as best I can. And should I make another check then? Or?
No, it's fine. You can repeat what you did, and then give it to him, and he'll store it away for later. Yeah. So, is there anything over this party that you all want to do or discuss?
Brianna's.
Go ahead.
Brianna just is really, wanting to catch up with everybody because this is like the first gathering, that she's had or that she's seen everybody since she's been back, really.
It feels like there's, during this sort of awkward moment where everybody's sitting around, because everybody's been so far away from each other that not everybody, but enough people have been far enough away from each other that they don't know where to start things up. Zigmars will speak up. So, Ivy. Elizabeth, long time no see. I guess sort of long time no see. How'd things go with your family? He says, but like with that knowing kind of smirk on his face.
They went as expected.
Oh, yeah. I hear they're seeing some of the sights I've grown accustomed to.
That they are.
Oh, where's your family?
In a place with lots of bars.
Oh, like Gulron's old suite.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You sure did spend some time down there, didn't you?
Only a few days. It's not a big deal.
B&E is always a big deal in our business.
Well, that's right. It was your people that got me in trouble, by the way.
Never my people. We don't talk.
Yeah.
I just don't understand, Gulron. You had permission to investigate. You could have gone back.
Exactly. I had permission to investigate. I was investigating.
But you go through the front door. You tell the person that you're there.
The front door was locked, and he wasn't there.
You come back when he's home.
Give him a little slack. I'll even give him a little slack. He's done a lot.
It's so hard to make fun of him now that's the only thing that we really have to rag on him about.
I think it's pretty easy to make fun of him, right? He's like totally stuck on hard things. Something real big and stiff got his attention really hard. You know, that one-eyed big stiff creature that you're always looking forward to praying to, Gulron? Getting down on your knees, saying your prayers?
And you're not jealous, Sigmars, since, you and he shared a
It was a one-night thing. It happens between even the best of people. I understand that there's bigger, harder things out there that are much more interesting than my little stature might...
Wait, there are?
Hey, don't go getting any ideas.
Yes, you should learn about Krasgron.
He's got one eye, right?
Does he actually?
Yeah, he's got one eye.
Actually? Oh yeah, that's right. I guess.
Oh, that makes that.
Why does he only have one eye? Did someone stab it?
No, he's got. It's like in the center of his head.
Oh, he's a cyclops.
I don't think that's the case. I've been reading his book.
You're what?
I read a lot.
I'm just as shocked as you are.
What? I mean, I'm not surprised you read. I'm surprised you're reading the book of Krasgron.
Why not?
Why would you be surprised? Yeah.
If there's going to be another religion, I need to know about how to. I need to know about how to work it for business purposes.
Okay, I gotcha.
I didn't know it was that readily available.
Yeah, this weird guy showed up, and he was insisting that you and he had talked.
Amalgam?
Yeah, got a weird voice.
I'll describe the outside of the business to him.
Well, he didn't see the business. He saw the person.
Oh yeah. Oh, he would have not. He never. Interesting. I would assume he would have ran into him at some point in time.
Nope, different parts of the city that they work on.
Oh, yes, I went to his place business and spoke to him potentially about distributing the Book of Kraskaran.
It got delivered. We checked it in. I've been having myself and a few others mill over it before we decide whether or not we should hit the streets with it.
You're talking about books?
Yes. Marjolaine will lean over. You're not following Thoth now, are you? Because that sounds like some Thoth speech.
Me?
Yes.
No.
He's not.
No, we have a better understanding now, but after the conversation, but no, I don't follow him.
Listen, you're the one who said you wanted to start a distribution industry. We need something legit to be distributing up front. What better than a religious text?
Yes, I just
You could do all the
I was not
religious
quickly.
texts. You can even Shashat, Thoth, Kraskaran, the Mistress.
I mean, if we had early tellings of those things, you might be able to interpret them more accurately with better hindsight than some of the other people. And
Or you could just send maybe you send some people with the word of Kraskaran and their whatever they've ordered from you.
oh yes, that too. I suppose changing
Interesting. That's
religious
just a good
doctrine
point.
takes a while.
Gulran, how would you like to contribute to our new cause? We'll make sure that your holy scripture ends up in all of our orders. If you'd like to help compensate towards its distribution.
Based on the fact that I just heard you murmur the word that you're going to take advantage of my religion, no thanks. You're lucky I don't smash your skull in with my warhammer.
Listen, we can all make a little bit of money on this. And what's wrong with making a little bit of money on religion?
More money means better, service for your church.
Yeah, think of the followers you'll have.
Any followers you would provide via these means I don't want.
You're no fun.
I bet the Mistress would be more amenable to that sort of arrangement.
Would.
We already have a lot of her followers. The problem is, they always want more. It gets to a point where you can't quite provide what they want anymore.
Well, I don't claim to know much about religion, but...
Same. I actively ignore it.
Yeah, it's not like I've, sat and had a priest lecture me for hours or something.
Lucky you.
Who wants more, whatever this is? And she, has, some kind of alcohol in her hands.
I got mine right here, thanks.
Remember, we're supposed to leave tomorrow, so no excessive drinking.
I wouldn't say this is excessive. This is more like social lubricant. I'm not drinking to get drunk.
Didn't you talk about turning them all into clouds anyway?
What?
Ivy was saying the other day, you were talking about something about, making them all clouds. Didn't you talk to them about what you were going to do, and that's what they agreed to?
Yeah, but I don't know if being impaired has any effect on that or not.
I'm gonna go be a storm over here.
I said, by the way Ivy's talking, it sounds like she's had enough, clearly. I don't know how the spell works if you're hungover, so don't try it.
I party all the time, Gulran. Would you like to hear another dwarven punk sea shanty?
Sure.
Where is it?
What?
Yeah, you can play for them. For those of you that like that kind of music, it's enjoyable. For those of you that know that that's not music, you can dislike it as much as I do.
It's very off-key and it's very disorganized, isn't it?
And yes, and a lot of like that yelling the lyrics at you. It's not singing the lyrics, it's "And I was on my boat. Then along came something, and I had to fight it, and I killed it, and then I did it all over again."
And it's all in Dwarven.
Yeah. So Drunken Rammstein.
That kind of breaks me out of my train of thought I was having about religions and such. Oh, right. That was you that made that noise.
It was
we went to this really awesome place called Frostholm, and this was like the best inn I ever stayed at. Like none of the others were very like they didn't want me to perform. They just weren't that fun. This one was fun.
Was this what you performed?
Oh, I didn't perform this. I learned it from the dwarves.
Oh. I suppose not everything that's learned is beneficial. But that didn't seem to be rhythmic or melodic or anything like I would expect from a shanty.
It was fun.
It was most certainly high energy, I will give you that.
Yes, that is the way of putting it.
I mean, I figured Goron would want to learn some of the songs of his people.
From the
CD set.
From the sound of things, the songs of his people would sound a lot like this. Worship Krasgron. Worship Krasgron. Worship Krasgron. Did I do a good job?
That sounds more like indoctrination than...
Yeah, you have to like put the Worship Krasgron only if you play the song backwards.
No, that's the secret message from Thoth.
Oh, Thoth wants us to worship Krasgron?
I doubt it.
No, Thoth is putting a secret message on every reverse play of every song by followers of Krasgron.
I'm fairly certain he doesn't want you to worship Krasgron. That's the vibe I got from him.
I'm fairly certain he doesn't want anybody to worship anything.
Well, yeah. Probably other than him. But even then, I don't think he'd want everybody to. Yeah, kind of hard to keep a secret if everybody knows about it.
Well, you know what they say. Two can keep a secret if one of them's dead.
That sounds like some sort of plot for a terrible Viewing Globe show.
They say that? I mean, it's
there's this show. There's this show about these like women who all have like these like issues, and one of them like dies, and one of them did it, and like it's a whole thing.
Why are they all women?
Oh, it's not the one about the women that are short in stature. No,
they're beautiful lies.
Are you talking about
I don't know if little is a derogatory word.
No, they're not dwarven women. Dwarven women wouldn't kill each other. That's a whole different thing.
I thought these were elven women.
They are.
It's very different then.
Oh, there's that silence again.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I guess you guys haven't had much time for viewing globes.
Oh, not in quite a while, no.
Yeah, they're never around.
Although I had
time, who has one?
I mean, affluent people, typically.
Didn't Maha have one? He looks over at Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
some virtual reality stuff too. That's pretty cool.
Speaking of, I don't know if I've had a chance to talk to her recently about that stuff, but
yeah, that could have been fit in with the stuff you were doing in your downtime.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I should have directed that more towards you instead of just saying that generally speaking. But yeah, speaking of, hopefully everything will come to fruition with her and the things that she has and all of that. It should be entertaining for the masses and lucrative for those of us involved, I suppose.
It better be. It's a huge amount of funds we're diverting there.
Yes, but worst case scenario, if we can't use it for entertainment, we can always find some other way to utilize it.
Yeah, the problem is the mistress is trying to corner that market as well. Have you seen the orbs she's got? The memory orbs? They're not quite the same because you don't get choice of direction, but the experience is more real. I'd love to figure out how they're doing that.
I haven't been to a Temple of the Mistress, but it would be really cool if I could sometime.
Well, so far the clergy here have not been willing to allow one. Although, sad, I don't know if you guys have heard the news recently.
What news?
Maybe it's not public? It wasn't in any of the papers. Maybe I'm not supposed to say anything? It would kind of disappoint Gul'ran.
Oh, do you worry about spreading news?
Well, Moirin's attendance has been really, really down. And Moirin's been thinking about moving into retirement.
Oh.
And it doesn't seem like anybody's looking to step in to fill his place. That's at least the word I'm getting.
So there's not going to even be a temple to Sascha here?
Potentially not. If no one takes up the temple, that will leave it unhandled.
Excellent. They can follow Krozkron now.
That doesn't sound like the Goron I knew.
I mean, she is a dying goddess. Clerics will need someone to give them power. They can't be left helpless. In all seriousness, yes, I think they should convert to Krozkron. Shashad has left her position. I don't know where she is.
To be fair, you have that same opinion about all other religions, that they should convert to Krozkron, not specifically just Shashad.
No, I've never said that.
I assumed you would just want as
I'm
many
not a
people
zealot, Antaeus. I'm not going to force people to convert. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's Ryoshin's job.
I'm just saying that my experience with Shashad, I wouldn't want any other cleric to lose their powers. It's a scary thing. And Krozkron is helped me. Maybe he can help the followers of Shashad that are feeling lost as well.
Yes, I can't say that I've had an experience about losing powers, but if it's anything similar to the loss of memory, then yes, I would see how that'd be terrifying.
Loss of memory?
Yes, there have been instances of...
Well, what would happen to you if you lost your extract book? Did you not... I don't think you've memorized all of those extract formulae.
No, I suppose I haven't.
Yes, while you rely on a silly note-taking, my power comes from the god themselves. So while books can be replaced and pages can be
stepped
filled,
down and... Oh, sorry, I thought that was how that finished, right?
No.
We're all susceptible to the loss of power, I suppose.
Yes.
True, I do not want to eat any of that witch candy.
I don't lose power.
Yes, but your power is in pale comparison to ours.
Oh, pale comparison, sure, buddy.
I merely cast one spell, and you cannot use any of your powers.
Oh yeah, you want to bet?
Yes, I do.
Oh my god, you guys have done this already.
True, and I beat you last time.
Have you heard about this? Say bye-bye to your powers.
Can't get rid of my powers.
Yes, I can. Read my spell.
I can still stab you with my blade. My powers is magic, you know. My power is also my strength. I don't have to rely on purely magic.
Neither do I
Neither do
now.
I. That's why I rely on money
Yeah,
as well.
oh, I wonder where you learned it from, buddy.
Raskaran.
Yeah, I think you're taking after me a little bit. I whooped
No.
your butt with my blade, so you had to learn how to use
No, you
the
didn't.
weapon
You hit me
too.
with your magic missile. You couldn't hit me with your blade. Do you remember how you won that? By
True.
finding loopholes.
I mean,
Yeah, well.
like a real politician.
Someone would say my voice is my power.
So if we silence you, you're
Are you
useless.
an activist?
No, I can perform other things.
To that, Zigmars will say, that is what she said literally.
Ah, yes. At least we're not as useless as a goblin.
Blue magic?
hey, he's pretty damn
I'm
useful,
sorry,
okay?
Gulran, did you want your temple to continue running properly?
Is that a threat?
I don't make threats. I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you a question as well.
Elizabeth's like, all right, Anna, I'm out of here. See you guys.
Bye, Elizabeth.
If what you're attempting to do is showcase us and our membership in manhood, I am more than happy to showcase to you the ample power of connections over mere belief in some being that lives above us that doesn't care less whether we live or die.
Well, I don't know if they necessarily live above us directly. I think it's more... That's not either here nor there, I suppose.
I don't understand planar topography. I don't claim to. What I do claim to is have a good grip on businesses and what they need when they need it. And if all of a sudden certain things stop being delivered to the Temple of Karaskaran, that would be pretty bad for the Temple of Karaskaran, now wouldn't it?
Yes, and if they did, I'd know exactly who to visit to solve that issue.
The funny thing is you'd have to be able to get to me, wouldn't you?
Oh, is it really that hard?
Harder than you think when I don't want to see you.
When he says, is it really that hard? Brianna's like, that's what she said.
It is. It is really that hard.
Ooh, you're gonna have to tell me details later, Ivy.
What?
Girl talk, girl talk.
Just thank the gods that I can't mess with you, Zigmars, because
I don't have to thank the gods. I'm not worried
you
about
do.
what you can or cannot do.
I would destroy you in the utterance of a word.
This is a very interesting thing. There is so much Wait, I want to make sure he's about to use the right word, because I think it is prognostication, right?
That's like telling the future.
Oh, yeah, that is the wrong word.
Pragmatism?
No. Damn it. I hate that this has been happening to me like the last few weeks, and it's really annoying. There's been so much of an excess of pride spilling from your mouth, considering who it is that you follow, that is supposed to be all about being stern and stable. Pride does not lead to stability. Pride leads to instability and collapse.
It's not pride if it's just fact.
It's not fact because you don't know it to be.
All right, then let me test you out. You want to go outside and spar a few rounds?
I don't need to spar with you. I can destroy you in plenty of other ways.
Ah, like a coward.
I thought that you had learned that you need other people, Gulran.
Yeah. Especially people that accidentally say they're going to abuse my religion. I don't think so. I've had enough of these types of people.
Well,
I've died more than enough times for these types of things.
To be fair, it wasn't unprovoked. Excessive, perhaps, but it wasn't unprovoked.
Saying I provoked him to abuse my religion?
No, Antaeus, he's talking about before that, when I mentioned the idea of understanding his religion, so I could better know how to service it. And yes, the term would be exploit. But there are things that you do to exploit people as well, mister.
Like
I sort of hope the Temple of Sascha falls apart so I can collect its followers.
No, I didn't say that. I just said if they're looking for a new religion, they should go to mine.
Yes, and you're very much so looking forward to their collapse, are you not?
No. In fact, I wish they wouldn't collapse. I would have never switched from Sascha if she didn't.
Right, but now that they are, you abandoned your goddess, went on to another.
She abandoned me. I had to find a new god to help my friends.
These are the excuses that clerics make all the time. My goddess abandoned me because she didn't give me the power when I wanted it most. I've heard clerics tell this story so many times. It is absolutely absurd that this is something that continues to be believed. Yet constantly I see clerics move back and forth from one god to another goddess, whichever one is giving them the right thing. Do you realize just how many people came to worship the mistress simply because she was out there offering more? I saw people leave Thoth to come see the mistress. People who were all about secrets suddenly wanted to share everything.
These people lack resolve. And the gods don't take kindly on betrayers of other gods, because what makes them stay loyal to them? People do this too many times. Have you heard of these people? They probably end up falling some ill fate.
They don't fall to some ill fate. Most commonly, what may end up happening is they might lose some of their power. They might have their powers a bit restricted. But sometimes the gods are willing to accept this kind of fickleness as long as it doesn't impact the major ecosystem.
There's only a finite amount of power anyways to go around under that structure.
Well, I'm not like that, and I had no choice but to forsake Sascha. I didn't leave her out of pure nothingness. It was either I did that or watch my friends die, as I had no power to help them. Would you know anything about that? Sacrificing yourself for your friends? Could you make that choice?
I don't think you understand what it takes to get to the position that I'm in, Gulran. I've given up so much more than I think you could ever understand. You may have merely given up your life. I have at times given up more than my life. I have been through extensive amounts of terror, damage, and a large number of other losses. If I put you through the same, I don't think your resolve would hold up.
It sounds like we're both saying things we don't know about each other, so maybe we just cap it at that.
Precisely.
I use my swift action to detect evil on him with Eagle Soul.
You detect nothing.
Oh. Alright. You're lucky. If you were evil, I would have smited this
man.
I would have smited him. I already know Antaeus is evil, it's whatever.
Hey, that's mean.
That's just, wait, actually, is detect evil an AoE? Do I catch Antaeus in this? Is he standing next to him?
Hold on a second.
I'm probably relatively close, to be honest.
So what's giving you the swift action detect evil?
Eagle Soul. I just have it up constantly. It's not a swift action. It's constant. Take 60 feet, cone shape.
Hang on a sec.
I'm probably not too far. I was talking to someone in the conversation.
I'm not trying to look at Antaeus. I'm just saying if he was there, I'm curious if I would have canon knowing he's evil. I don't remember if I do know he's evil. I don't think I do.
Well, people have mentioned that.
It's a constant spell-like ability. It's not off.
Wait, what?
And detect evil, you gain a +2 bonus on morale and all perception checks made against evil creatures, a +2 bonus on initiative checks, and detect evil is a constant spell-like ability.
Right, but I think I have to like concentrate on it, or do I just automatically know if things are evil when I look at them? Or
no, a constant spell-like ability is similar to if you look at like the any of your demons, or I think it's actually Archons that have this.
Yeah, no, you're right, because some things have constant like airwalk, and they're just like always airwalking.
Correct.
It's
so
like kind of like permanency.
I guess I would have looked at NTS at one point or another while having this.
Yeah. So what I'm double checking real quick.
In the past several days, yes.
What I'm double checking real quick. Hold on.
But it's okay because he doesn't believe that he's evil. So.
And Antaeus is level 12 now.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Just trying to find something here.
Imagine I get overwhelming evil. That would stun me for a round, I think, or something.
Yeah, so you will not see anything. You will not have seen any alignment from Antaeus as well.
Oh. Okay.
So like a complete lack of alignment from both of them.
Yes.
Both of us.
Is my understanding of the spell, is that just telling me they're like neutral, or
it doesn't tell you anything. It just tells you that they're not evil. You don't see evil anywhere about them, because they would be like a kind of like a cloud over them, or like an aura around them. And in this case, there is just nothing there.
Okay.
You would need like detect good, detect other, and detect etc.
Yeah, I'm not going to start casting alignment spells right now. What alignment is everyone? Let's share.
But the reason I was asking about the casting thing is whether or not Zigmars would notice it.
Oh.
Because then he would laugh at you.
Yeah. That's all I got. Some antagonistic conversation.
I don't think that you want to really antagonize your business partner, do you, Goron?
What? So when am I in business with Zigmars?
I thought he was helping with your church.
Well, as far as he's concerned, me distributing his books isn't important, so I guess I'll put that project on the back burner.
That's fine with me.
Jotting down some notes.
I'm going to be looking for a new delivery guy.
Good luck. A lot of them are goblins. A lot more than you realize.
Well, time to start the Dwarven delivery service.
That's going to be one of the slowest systems I've ever seen. Only thing slower would be the Elven delivery service. We'll get it there to you when we feel like it's the right time.
Ooh.
Sorry, Antaeus, but you know it's true.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not concerned about that. Continues to jot down some notes about ideas about things.
What would that be like? Dwarven delivery service. We'll get it to you when we think you deserve it.
Zigmars, can I talk to you outside?
Yes.
I leave my Warhammer inside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He'll go outside.
Worried I was going to attack him. I make sure no one's listening. I just look around.
Oh, I'm definitely trying to eavesdrop.
I'm
inside, but I'm definitely trying to eavesdrop.
Give me some perceptions.
My perception is dog shit. I mean, I would try, but I don't think I can.
Yeah.
You want something from me? Because I'm trying to see.
Yeah, you can give me a perception as well to see if you can spot him. Brianna and Ivy can give me stealth.
Am I decent at stealth?
Too busy.
Wait.
Nope, but let's try. Ooh, that's actually good for me.
About whether or not if you were to change the religious texts of things and get the masses to believe that, if it would fundamentally change how the gods work.
No, changing the religious text will not change how the gods work.
If you get enough people to believe it, does it change the way that the gods' powers function?
Give me a knowledge religion.
That he's taking.
I have
those are the notes he's been taking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that there's some insight you may be able to glean from that. So while this is all happening, you can make that. You still have your cognition on if you want to use that.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so based on some of what you know, well, it's not impossible. It's not probably impossible for that to happen. It's like it would take you changing the minds of such a like tremendous number of devout followers to actually have this kind of change occur. But in theory, it's plausible.
Yeah, because like I don't in any way, shape, or form think that's a feasible feat made, especially for anything large scale with the gods. But might give some insight into some other things.
Yeah, based on what you think you know, you're pretty sure like the gods function in a we do what you say we do, but we say what we do is a way to try to like keep the system in check. But there have been situations where the gods have had their followers shift a little bit in terms of belief structure, whether it be because the gods are saying it should change or because the world makes it have to change.
Which actually
this happened with Sascha many hundreds of years ago. Sascha went from being a goddess who was really devoted not necessarily to the protection of knowledge, but the like expansion of knowledge, the rapid growth of knowledge. And
old
then
followers of Sascha versus the new ones.
The old Sascha versus the new Sascha. Yeah, when the symbol changed, it became about the protection of knowledge.
When Brianna got back, we did have that. This has been several weeks, so I'm trying to remember if in character we had that conversation about. Well, actually, I wouldn't know if that was what was going on with that, but anyways, yeah. Okay, yeah. No, this is like I'm kind of conversing.
Yeah, let's jump back
we're not concerned with this.
Jumping back to Ghoulran outside, you can see Brianna and Ivy both like sort of peering out separate windows.
Yeah, so I noticed them, right?
Yeah.
Just go back and say, like, can you stop? It's a private conversation.
Okay, he'll probably tell me later anyways.
I mean, I just want to make sure you don't break my house.
I left my Warhammer in here. That is true. I am all-powerful, and you should fear that, but don't worry, I won't do it.
Brianna will just roll her eyes.
You can head back out to Zigmar's, who's just kind of standing there, leaned up against a nearby tree.
Well, before I do all this, I'm aware of what you told me out of character. Like, Gulran's aware what happens after all this, right?
Gulran is not aware, no.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he just thinks after he comes do this, he's coming back home and everything's fine?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then this doesn't make any sense then. Well, because I was worried that I was fucking up my whole religion thing if it was going to be here when I get back. But he doesn't know that, then never mind.
Wait, what do you mean by?
Because if Gulran was aware that he wasn't going to be here to ensure like Zigmar's isn't actually going to fuck up his shit, he would like say something to him. But if I think I'm going to be coming back fine,
well, I mean, why would you not think there's a chance that you don't come back though, right? Because Gulran has basically died in every major combat you've had.
That's true. Okay, I'll go off that assumption then.
Okay.
Sigmars, can you take a walk with me? These guys are all eavesdropping.
Yes, I have no problem with that. Let's talk.
All right, we walk like 5 minutes out in silence, and then once I'm confident there's like no one around, I'll say, in case I don't make it back, which is all likelihood after every major thing we do, I usually die. I want to have a serious conversation with you about what you were saying about the deliveries and Kraskaran and exploiting it and stuff. I can't guarantee that you won't do those things, but I guess I'm coming to you as a person, and I'm begging you to not do this.
Gulran, I think sometimes that you misunderstand my sense of humor, and I think that's sort of the charm of you in some ways.
When the future of my religion is at stake. It's hard to see the humor in things. I just want... There's not much more that I can get than your word that you'll do right by what you promised to do, and texts will be delivered, and things won't be altered or anything. Your followers won't be taken advantage of.
Your text will be delivered unadulterated. The idea behind knowing your religion, understanding your religion, is about understanding how to best market the services that I provide. And I provide a large variety of services, many of which some people don't even know are integral to the process of how things work. I look like I run just a ramshackle drug business, but I've got my hand in a lot of things. It's been an important thing to put my hand in a lot of things. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. I think it's essential that we have religions, especially ones with people as devout and stubborn as your kind. These are the kinds of things that make sure that things get done that need to get done. I don't think that I could ever trust like a cleric of Delanrian to get something done when it needs to get done, unless it's reanimating some person.
Very true. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. I didn't want to leave on bad terms.
Gulran, you're a pain in the ass, but you are friends with one of the best people I think I've gotten to meet, and one of the best business partners I think I've gotten to meet. So I can't necessarily harm your business, your potential, just because I want to be an asshole. But I want to make sure we're clear. I'm not the person that you just think you push around. And then I'll recognize that you're not the person I should just push around either. Because I honestly don't want to end up dead, and I don't want you making trouble for my friends. Just like you don't want me making it for yours.
That was my attempt at humor. I wouldn't go around killing random people.
Good.
Just because I disliked their humor.
Your humor is strange, Gulran. Very strange.
So is yours. There's one last request, actually. If I'm not to return, can you, with your connections, can you arrange that all my wealth and whatever is my estate or whatever would be left goes to Moirin?
He will actually take some documents out of his pocket. And when he does it, like, you can tell that, like, you can see, like, the little sparks of magic that like, the document is being manufactured as he pulls it out. And he will hand it over to you, and he will say, this is the standard formalized document that you'll need to fill out. If you fill that out, assign things where you want them to go, sign it, and then you'll need a drop of blood, and you'll need to trust that I know what I'm saying when I say this. The drop of blood will signify it is you, and that will auto-deposit it into my lawyer's receptacle in his office. And whatever happens, things will be taken care of. I have a very good lawyer, and I extend that to you because I have extended it to Antaeus, and you are part of Antaeus's company.
I trust you. The only thing I ask is that you shake my hand and agree upon Grascron that you'll see it done to the best of your ability.
Yeah, you will.
I have no doubt. Yeah, I'll shake his hand, I'll sign the papers, prick my finger with some blood, and along with the documents, can I leave like an item that will be delivered as well?
You can fill out all the details you want on this.
Because it's something I want to give Zigmar's to give upon my death. It should happen.
Yeah, you can give him something specific.
Sure, I'll give him 2 Krascron effigies that are worth 25 gold each. They're using a spell component, but I'll just for whatever. So it goes off my sheet. And I'll say 1 for you and 1 for Moirin when you deliver my...
It shall be done. This will look nice on my desk.
Hopefully this won't come to pass, but if it does, I want him something to remember me by, and maybe if he's feeling up to it, perhaps he can take my stead and usher people to a new god.
I hope it doesn't happen as well, Gulran. As stubborn as you are and as frustrating as you are at times, it would be a great loss if we didn't have you around.
Oh, this as well. And I take out the 6-pound original Krascon holy text.
Yeah, he'll like slump over a little bit as you hand this over to him. Strength is not his forte, and he is often carrying quite a bit of stuff, so 6 pounds is a little more than he expected. This is heavy.
Can I... Yes. Can I detail my will that I want this specific book to go to the most devout Krascon follower?
Yes.
I don't know how they would determine that. Is there like a way people know this? Like maybe there's like a head cleric that would be chosen or something? Or
you can have
like
set the terms for how like the clergy will be defined in your temple. So you can have like been, that could have been one of the things you've been writing out like as part of setting things up.
All right, I would like Zigmar to know, like, I would just leave this in my church, but I don't know. Things aren't completely in place yet, and I trust you will have this done more efficiently.
I will keep it safe and do what needs to be done.
This is the most important book of my religion. Please take care of it.
I will sell it off to the highest bidder.
I sense modesty if he's not joking.
He is telling the truth.
Wait, telling the truth?
No, I'm sorry. He is going to do what you ask him to. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because if he wanted to bluff you, he would succeed at bluffing you with your Peasley ass 32.
Well, I don't know that either way. But either way, I get a sense that he's joking or whatever. Yeah. So I'll take that for what it is. And yeah, I'll just like clasp him on the shoulder and thank him and then start walking by.
Yeah. Brianna. So to like sneak around and get to a window that Ivy didn't rush to, you would have passed around the kitchen, came out up to the window and looked in. And as you would have turned around, sort of maybe a little dejected by sort of being rebuffed by Gulran. Hello, Brianna.
It's you. You're here.
For a little while longer.
Is there no hope?
If I told you there was, would it make things better or worse?
Better, I think.
Then know that there is hope, but it may take a strange form. There is but one option, but it does require me to disappear for a while and potentially forever. I need you to understand that I've done as much as I can, discovered as much as I can. And he kind of takes a few steps forward. And my best hope lies in the unknown. I will be close. I will always be close, even if I seem far away.
I will do whatever I can to get you back. Is there anything I can do specifically?
Help make sure Ivy doesn't fail. That's your objective right now. Let me focus on what I need to.
Okay.
Knowing that you are taking care of what you need to take care of will help me focus on what I need to focus on.
I can't get you back just to lose you again.
Unfortunately, you may not have a choice. I'm just happy that you could get home. Being far away from everyone, never knowing what's going to happen to them, to have that inflicted on you is what was inflicted upon me, but times 3. I will be close, I promise. But
Thank you for your sacrifice.
All worth it. I've already lost so much. Best that someone else not have to lose if I can avoid it. And he'll like reach a hand out to touch your face, and he'll kind of like pass a little bit through it, and as he does, he will fade away.
I think Brianna would take a moment and just kind of like try and collect herself a little bit after that.
Yeah. It probably takes a few minutes, and about that time, you'll hear your door open and close as Zigmars and Gulran re-enter. And I think the evening will kind of go on a little bit. Ivy, you're probably one of the first to leave. You and Zigmars usually are.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I would be trying to leave even a little extra early, just knowing.
Yeah. You can kind of say your goodbyes and head out. And as you get outside the door, you'll kind of hear a whisper nearby.
Yeah, I'll just kind of go in that direction. I guess, like, I'll tell Zigmars, like, there's something I have to do. You can come with if you want, but you also don't have to.
I'll let you do it. I'll let you do what you need to do. I don't want to be in the way.
Okay.
If you want, just meet me back at my place.
Sounds good.
And he will take his leave.
I'll head in the direction I heard the whispers.
Yeah. Where do you want to do this?
I mean, what exactly am I doing?
In theory, it should just take one cut. I'm close enough to the edge, I can feel there's not much left.
Well, I guess let's just get it over with before you're totally gone, I guess.
Yeah. That sounds just fine to me.
Alright, well, I hope this works out the way you want it to. I'll take my blade out and try to, like, gently cut I don't know if I can even see a body part, but I'll just do whatever I can.
Yeah, you can kind of take the blade out, pull it back, and just kind of like slowly move it towards him. And you can, as you get close to it, like you can see that the way he's standing, he's kind of like bracing against the wall, or it looks like he should be, but his hand is kind of like slipping through the wall as if he can't grab a hold of it. Which kind of makes you think for a moment, especially with as wispy as he is, there should be no resistance to your blade. But as your blade touches him, you can feel it like you have to push like you would against any other creature that you're fighting. And so you have to add a little bit of that extra muscle. And as you do, you can hear the whispered, breathy kind of... And just as it does when all of the shadows have kind of been consumed, you hear the air, like the air being breathed in from the outside of your body. But the last exhale comes from out of your own mouth.